What's going on, guys? Max the Melonhead, and we are finally back. It feels like it's been forever. It has really only been like 2 weeks since I posted my last video, but just so much has been going on in these like last 2 weeks. I don't even know where to begin. I know that's not like the point of this video, and I don't want to like overwhelm you guys, but for those who are interested in my life, I'll give like a little brief rundown of why I didn't post last week. I did kind of post a little message on the community tab, but basically I was graduating from college, and there's a big backstory to that where, you know, I live upstate New York, but I did online school for college in Manhattan. Basically, I had to go to Manhattan for the graduation. My family came in from Texas for the first time since living here for like 5 years, which was super cool. My dad came for the first time. So I was showing him like all around upstate New York, showing him all around Manhattan, as well as my stepmom. A lot of people came. It was a really good time. And I did get to go walk across the stage in my gown. I actually still think I have it in my car because I've just been traveling place to place for the last like week. So yeah, I still have the robe right here in my car, so that's kind of funny. But no, here's a little, if you guys are interested, here's like a 10-second clip of me walking across the stage that I can show you.
Max Wright.
Yeah! Way to go,
Tart Caro.
Okay, yeah, that was me walking across the stage. I don't know, I know this is a skate channel, but I also, it's fun to like talk to you guys and share some other moments of my life as well, because it's all connected, you know. We're just, I'm sharing my life experiences with you guys. But that is not the main point of this video. The main point of this video, as you guys saw from the thumbnail, is we are finally going to be trying the Spitfire soft sliders, like the 93a formula. You guys know that I'm a big fan of the Dragon wheels. I did a video on those like a month ago or so, and I've actually been riding the Dragon wheels for the last month, or last like maybe 6 weeks on the egg board, and I've been loving the Dragons. The ones I have are really worn down. They're like 48 millimeters or something. So what I do have here is the 53 millimeter Reynolds shape. So this is like the classic Spitfire shape in a 53 millimeter. It's a 93a is what they supposedly say. I've seen the speculation going around that these are more similar to like a 97a or something, like a Bones X formula. You can check out other videos for yourself. There's like literally like 1,000 videos of these wheels out about the reviews and comparisons and whatnot. Really, I don't know. This video is just going to be my impressions about them. It's just a fun little thing in case you haven't already watched videos and gone out and bought yourself a set. Maybe my video will give you more insight, but it's just going to be fun. We're getting back into it. I've only gotten to skate like twice in the last 10 days, which is crazy because normally I get to skate every single day, but you know, when you're with family, you have other things going on. That isn't always a possibility. So we just got back to New Paltz, where my girlfriend lives, last night. It's supposed to thunderstorm in 2 hours. So once I got my work done this morning, I just came straight over to the classic curb spot over here in the little parking lot in the woods. So yeah, we can get some power slides on this, hopefully get some nose slides again, some flat ground. I really need to warm up, honestly, because like I gotta get my legs feeling right for skating again, because it's taking like, I don't know, only skating for twice in the last 10 days. Each time I have gotten on my board, it's felt a lot different. It's felt like I really needed to like take the extra time to warm up, but I did get to skate yesterday, so hopefully today's gonna be better. So without further ado, let me go throw these wheels on right now, and then we can get to skating them and see how they feel. So I just made a huge goof and recorded myself putting these wheels on in slow motion when I meant to do time lapse. So instead of it being like a 20-second clip of me putting on these wheels, it ended up being like a 20-minute video. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with watching me put on new skateboard wheels in slow motion. So we're just gonna jump straight into actually riding them and showing what they look like. Here they are on the board. Let me get a little spin test. Ooh. Sounds nice. Got some clean bearings in here. These were bearings that I rode before. They're like the Bones big balls, but I did clean them off. Ooh, that's kind of loud. Oh, let me pause that for a second. That shows they're spinning good though. That thing was going for like 10 seconds, no problem. So I think these are going to be pretty fast, especially compared to the small Dragon wheels that I was riding. They look pretty good on this board. I know aesthetics aren't like the main thing, but I like the way they look with the Thunders and this Grimple sticks. Funny enough, it's a full deluxe setup now. We got, like I said, Grimple sticks board, we got the Thunder trucks, we got the Spitfire wheels. So, yo, shout out Deluxe, man. We got all the gear right here. But anyways, with enough talking aside, I'm ready to go ride these wheels and put them to the test. Let me show just real quick a side-by-side comparison with the Dragons. So you can see these are they're only 53, but they're a lot taller than the Dragons that I have been riding. So it might be a little weird with the ride height, but that should adjust no problem. Width-wise, my Dragons are a lot wider just because I've power slid them so much and worn them down. With time, these Spitfires will also probably get a bigger contact patch as well. But I just kind of wanted to show the comparison. That's kind of a cool thing to look at. But anyway, we've talked enough. Let's get to riding these things and see what's up. I'm gonna go throw on the helmet and then we will start doing some flat ground. All right, about to hop on them for the first time. It's beautiful out. I'm just excited to be skating again. One thing I didn't say before I do actually step on the wheels on the ground and ride them, right out of the package, they feel softer than like a normal like 99 Spitfire or 97, but definitely they feel harder than the Dragon wheels just to the touch, if you know what I mean. Like when I kind of like feel the Dragon wheels, you can feel that softness. You can feel it kind of like, I don't know, it's just a different material. It's hard to explain, but this definitely it's a bit smoother and it feels a little bit harder right out the package. But I know this isn't like a detailed review. We just kind of want to ride them, see how they feel. So let's do some reverts and power slides first, just so I can also get warmed up, and then we'll do some actual flat ground. All right, so I'm starting to feel a little bit more warmed up. The ollies and the 180s and stuff are feeling a little bit more smooth. And the wheels themselves I'm liking so far. I really got nothing bad to say. I know we haven't done a ton on them yet, but they feel pretty good. This ground is like slightly crusty. It's like a black top mixed with like rocks and pebbles scattered around, whatnot. But you can definitely get hung up. You can definitely get hung up on this ground if you have a harder wheel. But these feel pretty good so far. It's definitely like not the worst ground in the world, but it is a decent indicator. I know I keep saying like this isn't a review, it's just a first impressions. I kind of don't know what this video is. It's just us having fun and trying something new. So I'm gonna give a little input, but I'm also just gonna ride and shut up for a little bit as well. So let's try to get some nose slides on there, some sloppy nose slides, see how they feel on the curb. Let's try to go over to the hill and get a couple power slides, I guess. And then we can just go from there. I have not done a nose slide in like 2 or 3 weeks, so wish me luck here. They're not feeling terrible so far. Had the one slip up in the beginning, but I think we can get some nice ones on these wheels if I just throw a little more practice in. Ooh, okay. Ooh. I don't know if it's one of those things where you don't practice something for a little bit and then when you get back to doing it, it just feels easier, but at least those last couple ones are feeling really smooth for not really even being on a board in like a week. So yeah, we didn't even practice nose slides since we were at the Utica Park, which I guess that was like 2 weeks ago or so. It honestly feels longer when I don't skate for a while, just because it's something that I like love doing so much. And you know, like when you don't get to do it, the minutes seem like hours. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. If there's something you love doing and you're not allowed to do it for a while, time just seems to go more slowly. But anyway, besides that, it's feeling pretty good just to be doing some nose slides and stuff again, man. And the wheels definitely slide really good on the curb. They seem to slide a bit better than the Dragons, honestly. I was able to get away with doing some good nose slides with the Dragons on here, but I would definitely hear that honk more, like the wheel was catching a little bit. And with these, they kind of just feel really fluid. I know I wasn't doing the biggest ones I've ever done, but that felt pretty good, man. I'm gonna get a couple more and then we can go do some power slides. All right, we're over here at the classic little hill that we tried the power slide test on the Dragon wheels. So let's see what these soft sliders do. It's always a little scary to do a bigger power slide on a new wheel when you don't know how it's gonna react. You don't know whether you might grip up or slip out or whatever. But the reverts felt good, so I'm confident that these will have a nice power slide as well. So here we go. Woo! I got a little scared on the first one, but full commit right here. All right, those are definitely kind of like little baby power slides, so let's try to do an actual big one now. To be honest, I'm incredibly pleased with how these are power sliding. Power sliding is something that I do quite a bit, you know, coming from a downhill longboarding background. That's kind of like the first tricks that I learned. And these feel like really consistent in the pavement. Like something I said on my Dragon review is I really like the Dragons because they had like an in the pavement feel where they were really slippery, but you could actually kind of like sit into the road, if you know what I mean, rather than being on top of it. So the Dragons are not icy, and that's what I liked about them. And these have a very similar effect. For feeling harder than the Dragons, at least for rolling around and feeling them, the power slide itself still really sits inside the pavement and it doesn't feel icy. So I'm quite pleased. Like those weren't the biggest power slides I've ever done, but for going at a decent speed down a hill and being able to like control my speed, these feel really good. And they've honestly exceeded my expectations so far for the power slides. So that's definitely a point to them. Another interesting thing is these make like urethane lines where you power slide. So if you see all that like white dust on the ground, those white lines, that's actually where my wheels were power sliding. So, I mean, that's not like a make or break for the wheel. It's just something that I wanted to point out. In longboarding, people really like when their wheels make lines like this because you can kind of see where you're going on the road and how long you're sliding for. But that's kind of cool to see that these wheels make a little urethane dust on the pavement. Who knows if that will last? Maybe it's just because they're fresh, but I think that's kind of cool, man. In between skating, I just kind of wanted to show an appreciation post for how beautiful it is right now in the summertime here in upstate New York. Everything is just so lush and green. We got nice blue skies, nice sunny day. For now, I know the thunderstorms are probably coming in like an hour, but man, it is just gorgeous out here. It's a beautiful place to be, especially in the summertime. Anyways, back to the video. For you guys who watched the Pal Dragon review, there's this like porous asphalt pavement lot right next to the spot that I skate at. And we'll walk up there right now and I can kind of show you what it means. All right, so here's the normal pavement. It looks decently smooth. You get over here and this is the porous lot. I explained it in the Dragon video, but basically this is like some eco-friendly design where water, ice, snow, and whatnot can kind of drain into the ground easier, but it is like a lot more rough. It's very gravelly. There's just like a lot of pebbles. It's definitely not smooth by any means. And when we rode the Dragon wheels on this pavement, it actually felt pretty decent. So what I want to do just for the sake of this video is just cruise around on the soft slider Spitfire wheels and see how they feel on this type of pavement. I apologize if it's loud. Honestly, did not feel bad. It felt very similar to the Dragon Wheel. I'm a bit surprised because a lot of the videos I've watched, I've seen a lot of other YouTubers complain that these are way harder than the Dragons. But so far, I don't know, man. I've ridden the Dragons exclusively for like 6 weeks now. And these are not having like a big difference in softness for me. So I'm quite pleased with them so far. I know we haven't really like broken down into the meat of the wheel yet. It's only been the first hour or so. But that felt pretty smooth. You could see, like, I was even reverting around in the gravel and I was not getting hung up. So that's definitely a good sign. All right, so we've tested reverts, we've tested flat ground tricks, we've tested no slides, we've tested power slides, rough ground. But there's one thing that I still want to do that's missing, and that is an impact test. For you guys who watched my last video, you may have seen that I finally started hitting some two stairs now, so I'm starting to take a little bit more impact than before. And for the Dragon Wheels, doing two stairs feels great. I know that for some of you guys that are probably hitting like 6 stairs, 7 stair, whatever, even up to like 12 stairs, 2 stair probably feels like no impact for you guys. But there is definitely a slight difference going from a curb to a 2 stair and whatnot. And I just kind of want to just, okay, I'll be honest. I really want to go hit a 2 stair right now because I haven't got to in like a week. And it's like one of the most like fun things that I've gotten to do on a skateboard so far. And I think it's a good thing to see how these will feel going down a 2 stair. So there is a 2 stair at a spot maybe 5 minutes away. So I say we hop in the car, drive over there and see if we can hit it a few times and test the wheels out on it. So let's do this thing. Also, before I forget to update you guys, last week I picked up a new fingerboard. I had been just using like normal tech decks, just like kind of dorking around. But I got one of these like Slush Colt Groms is what they're called. And it's like real wood, a lot better grip. And this thing has been so fun. I was never really into fingerboarding that much, but since I've gotten this, I like can't put it down. And I just ordered like a bunch of obstacles from Tech Deck, like the Pro Series or something, like a little flat bar, a little box and whatnot that I've been practicing on. So yeah, maybe some fingerboarding content coming in the near future. Comment below if you guys want to see some fingerboarding content, because I've been having a lot of fun on this thing when I'm not actually on my skateboard. And yeah, shout out to Slush Colt, because this thing is awesome.
Call you.
Give me a second.
Stepped on my toe.
Wow guys, so I went to the original 2 stair that I thought I was gonna go to, and it was just full of landscapers, mulch. There was no way to skate it because all the people were in the way. So I got my car, drove over to the middle school that we sometimes skate at, because I remember there's a little 2 stair in the back there. Well, it turns out school's still in session, so couldn't skate that either. I drove around town for like 20 minutes looking everywhere for a 2 stair, couldn't find it. I was about to give up. I'm making my corner around by the campus here, going back to pick up my girlfriend. And out of the corner of my eye, I see this little 2 stair, basically all the way from the road back there. That's where I parked my car, and then I walked or I skated basically over here to this 2 stair. So did not know that this one existed. It looks decent. There's not a lot of run up, but man, I'm just fiending to skate a 2 stair. I want to see how these wheels do on a little bit of impact. So we're gonna see what we can get on this little thing. At least we found something, but that was quite the journey. So let's just enough talking. Let's set up the tripod and hit this thing a few times. This might be more challenging than I thought with the run up. That's the plan. Gotta give like 3 big pushes up the handicap ramp, make a tight carve, and then ollie down, but I think we can do it. Not my easiest 2 stair by any means, Definitely took a lot of tries. Hey, but we got it. We had to work for it, but we got it. And the wheels are feeling pretty good. I want to get a couple more, you know, just to lock it in on this. But at least we got one so far. And the wheels are definitely feeling smooth for the impact. And they're also feeling good for the roll speed. Coming up the ramp, they definitely maintained their speed well. I don't know if I would have been able to do this with the tiny little Dragon wheels that I had. But that's more of an issue of size rather than the wheel itself. But still, feels good to be on a fresh set of wheels. All right, guys, just gonna take a seat on this two-stair while we're at it, and I guess give my first full impression of these wheels. As you can see with the last few clips, I'm hitting the two-stair on them no problem now. That was like, what, 4 or 5 in a row? And the impact, as far as this goes, was feeling great. Very comparable to the Dragons. I know, like I said before, two-stair is not a huge impact to take, but it is a little bit of a reference point, and I can at least compare them to what I have been riding, which is the Dragons. And these felt great, man. Honestly, I do see a lot of similarities with the Dragons as far as when I was riding on the rough surfaces, when I was doing power slides, when I was taking this little bit of impact that I was taking. Really, everything felt very comparable and smooth. But when you touch these, they feel harder for some reason. But when I'm actually riding, it's a very small difference between these and the Dragons. And I know this isn't a full comparison of the Dragons. That's basically the only wheel that I've been riding for the last 6 weeks, like I said, so it is kind of the only thing I have to compare to, which I guess isn't a bad thing because that's like its biggest competitor or its biggest rival per se. But there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of videos you can go check out to really get a full comparison of these. What this video was about was just me kind of testing them out, and the only reason I'm comparing them to the Dragons, like I said, is because that's kind of what I have been riding. But I'm pretty happy with the wheels so far. Honestly, the biggest thing for me about these wheels is just the fact that they're fresh and they're bigger size and everything just feels good, because the wheels I've been riding on are like 47 millimeters now or so, 48 millimeters. They're so tiny. And once you start riding a tiny wheel for a while, everything kind of starts to, I don't know, like little rocks will stop you, everything feels different. So having a big wheel, I feel like I can kind of just go over anything now and I can maintain speed so much better. So just the fact that I'm riding a new wheel in general feels great. If I would have gotten a new set of Dragons, they would have probably felt just the same amount of good, just because, like I said, it feels good to be back on a big wheel. And it just feels good to be skating again, man. The main part of this video was just to get back out here, connect with you guys, have a fun day skating. We got beautiful weather today. The rain didn't really come like I thought it was going to, so we got to have a full session and kind of skate everything that I wanted to skate for this video. And yeah, it was an enjoyable time, man. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please drop a comment if you did. Let me know what you thought about the wheels. Let me know what wheels you guys are riding as well. And yeah, it's good to be back, man. It's good to be making content, good to be skating again. And we're gonna have a whole lot of fun stuff coming up this summer. Got a lot of trips that I'm taking, one to Texas, one to Colorado. We're going back to Poland. So there's gonna be a lot of awesome content this summer. So please stick around and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.